What's up everyone, I'm Grizz and welcome back for Chainsaw Man episode 4. Last week we made a deal with Power in return for Denji's help in order to get our cat back. Power agreed to let Denji fulfill his dream of touching a boob. She lured him to this place and then knocked him out and used him as the piece in the agreement that she had with the devil in order to get her cat back. Ultimately, because he has devil blood within him, I guess it didn't end up tasting good for the bat, and the bat went against his word, did not give the cat back, ate the cat, proceeded to eat Power, and yeah. We learned a little bit about Power's backstory and where she came from. We observed that she seems scared of Makima. We got a bit more of an insight into Makima, even though we still don't really know much, but about kind of what her job really is. And then we got a really cool fight scene between Denji and the Bat Devil, which is where we left off. So in this episode, we have to see how we're going to get Power out of the Bat Devil. He swallowed her and the cat whole, so I'm assuming both of them are going to be alive and inside of the thing somehow. I don't know. And see if Power goes through with her end of the agreement and gives Denji what he wants. So without saying much more, let's get to episode 4. Those bird heads? Okay. Yeah, she's been through a lot. Okay, so she can make different weapons. That I wasn't sure about. She definitely can. This is why she had the weird obsession with blood earlier in one of the first few episodes. You just carry the bear head around, hang it up over the fireplace. Yeah. In order to protect it. Yeah. It's a bond in which you've never had, and humans are in need of bonds and other people. Foolish reason for reasons you don't understand, yeah. You are the blood devil after all. We're inside the thing with the cat, yep. Which is understandable because he just swallowed them whole. Oh, okay. Just found her. Because he's got to touch some booze. The only reason. It is, but it's his dream. This is your big chance, buddy. Your dream. Show Pochito what you've become. Don't. No, no. Oh, okay. I thought I was about to eat the cat again. I was gonna say we just got it back. What is that? Why does it have hair? I like your cut. Ew. It's got udders too? What the fuck is it? Like, what even is it? Now, he just got out of the moat. Okay. He's going right back in. Homie, you got like no blood. I don't... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he done for. That was my man's. Yeah, this could be yours. You're cute and all, but no deal. Yeah. A dream does a lot for a person, but homie's got no blood left, so this is about to be bad. Oh. What a punch. Just look at the way it sits. Stay determined. Yeah, stop making fun of his fucking dreams. Yeah. I don't know if he's just pissed about this or it's the blood loss, but... Nice. That's... wow. Small okay. Yeah, they're both the same. Bro, his eyes, they're just like popping out of his fucking skull. Oh, he's stuck. Oh no, she went through him. Okay, okay. I thought he got stuck at her. Time for a meal. Okay, okay, okay. It's like a... What? What the fuck even is that? Oh, there's our team from the OP. It was a leech? Aw, how nice of him to sit with him. Why are we animating apples like that? What? Okay. Not gonna sell her out till he gets his dream. Which is... Don't do it again. Or that. Keep it in mind. Yeah, clear distinction between using and straighten up before she sees you. Yep, yep. He's willing to overlook a lot of stuff. Yeah. Really just doing everything. Holy shit. Nice cup of coffee. Ah, your roommate's awake. How the fuck did he get up so early? You can't like tie it a little bit lower to have it more of like a, you know? Oh. Is she a bat? Is she moving in? Now has two weirdos and the cat. This poor guy. I feel bad. I feel bad. Yeah, that so did Denji, and that's, you know. She's so bad, even Denji's pissed. It's time. It's time. But this is the moment. You've been waiting for this all your life. 3. That's a lot. That's a lot. The third for saving her. Oh, yeah. Ah. Denji. No! Why are you gonna cut it like that? I bet they cut it off before it actually happens and then put, like, by putting the OP next time too. They're gonna do that 100%. They're gonna do it twice. Last episode I said that was my favorite episode, as it gave us a whole bunch to really think about and gave us some insight into the direction almost of the show and each of the characters' motives and just different things about all of them. And I really love that because it gave me stuff to talk about and it was just fascinating to me. This episode is probably now my favorite for completely different reasons. I don't have as much necessarily, I guess, to theorize on or to really pick apart or anything, but this episode just visually was the most impressive thing I've seen from the show so far. The intro fighting scene, all the different frames and angles used while Denji's running up and down the devil was just incredible. Some of the overall action scene there is just unreal. The decision to let so much of the show breathe and not just keep it fast paced, which is something I have heard the manga is very fast paced, whereas this show so far has not felt that, but I really do like it so far, where this whole last section, which was what, I guess after that scene ended, so probably about like 10 minutes, probably about 10 minutes in total, and I guess 5 minutes from the moment that they show off the apartment with Aki waking up, of just like, doesn't need to be a lot of dialogue, let the show breathe, really spectacular animation, and it provides so much more depth to each of the characters and the overall world and environment within the show, and it just immerses you really, really well. Now, this is something that happens a lot though with Aki on screen, I've noticed. I said before how Makima was very calculated, so it happens kind of with her and the way that she takes her time and decides what she wants to say. At least from what we've seen, she hasn't really been like, she's not Denji, she's not Power, where they're very first thing on their mind, thoughts come out, you know. Aki takes more of Makima's approach, where he is very serious and he knows what he wants to say and knows what he's here for and knows what he wants to do. So it allows, in the middle of conversations with people, allows him to do these different things. Like they showed him with peeling the apples and all this other stuff, where it allows room to breathe. And I loved it. I loved it. Recapping of the episode, we basically start off seeing more of Power before. She is in love with Taste of Blood and eating all these animals in which she's been killing. She is the Blood Devil after all, so I wonder if that's more of the reason why. We get to really get some insight into the way that she thinks, where she starts to really question things that she probably has never really thought of before, where she considers all lives to be kind of valued equally. Nobody's really over anyone else. So why is she going out of her way to find a human to save this animal, which should be on a lower pedestal than, I guess, her and the other humans? Which I'm guessing the simple answer to that more so comes down to compassion and loneliness and having somebody there for you, which is just a very human nature, despite her being a devil. It still applies basically because she's a fiend, I guess, so she probably basically still a devil or basically still a human. So all these general needs and emotions and stuff apply to her as well. But just fun to see because it adds more depth to characters when they're really thinking about purpose and life and just other things within it. Asking Denji why he even bothered to save her, and simple answer of, you know, just the deal that they made and what his dream really is. He gets called a fool again for it, but he's aware of this. If this thing come out, which I guess is a Leech Devil, they said. I don't know why it has hair. I don't know why it stands the way it does, but it's creepy and I don't like it. Denji attempts to go help Power. She's not able to move. However, the chainsaw can only get so far out. He's lost so much blood from the time before, and I wonder, it's probably just blood loss why he isn't able to do it again, but it also could just be more of a cooldown where he can't do it so many times. And then just absolutely gorgeous fighting sequence. Great just animation literally all around. Denji starts to go insane now, and I don't know if this is just also a result of blood loss or if he just is getting pissed at everybody consistently telling him that his dream was foolish and stupid and not a real reason, whereas their dreams are so much bigger and better. And so he basically proposes to have a battle then, and the winner basically has the stronger dream, because that means they have the stronger will to basically get to the point that they can achieve that dream, which is an interesting way to look at it, I'd say. I'm not gonna say if that's right or wrong, but yeah. Then he's going crazy, his eyes are like fucking popping out, they're going insane. He's losing his mind here. Basically gets caught, about to be eaten. We see our first glimpse of what Aki can do, I guess. And he basically creates this weird shape where he basically narrows in exactly on what he wants. This dog, devil, fucking robot, I don't know what it is, pops out and completely eats it. It literally speaks back, asks if it can swallow it, and he says that's okay. Then all of the smoke clears and we have our group that we see within the OP, which we later find out is group number 4. I don't know the proper term, but the 4th group, which I'm not sure if it's just these 3 people or if Aki leads that and he also leads the special group or what exactly it is. For all the hate that Aki's been given Denji about being a devil and working with devils, Denji then begins to question him on why he is working with one, in which we find out that devil hunters from all over basically end up forming contracts with these different devils, and they use them as ways to fight against other devils. That dog that we saw earlier is actually a fox now. I don't remember how I forgot that. And basically he forms a contract with it, and he basically offers up part of his body for food. This time it wasn't a lot, but he gave him some skin and he was able to completely use those. Aki's not happy again, as he basically is determined on his own that Power did intend to kill Denji there. Why is he continuing to side with devils after Denji tells him that that's not what happened? We then see a bunch of different people who kind of are talking about Denji and want to thank him or scared of him or whatever. So I wonder if this goes more with what we heard last time, how you become more powerful. So if this is something that continues over time, and it's not like set at the beginning. So if Denji can become more powerful strictly because his name's getting out there more, or his devil type is getting out there more. Aki attempts to make a deal with Denji where he basically just tells him, I'll let this one slide, but for now on, you have to listen to me. You have to do as I tell you. And we don't get a agreement. We just get yeah, I'll keep that in mind from Denji. Aki makes it his goal to make it a clear distinction here that devils are not friends. They are just being used, and that's what we do. Despite having something out against them and wanting them all gone, they can be useful, and we will use them, such as Power and Denji, in order to ultimately achieve our goal and get rid of all of them. There's no room in the middle here for you to possibly be able to work with them and be fine at the end of the day. They're always going to be used, but he makes that very clear. He doesn't try and hide that, which I'm guessing is going to turn more into classic. I have something against them. I can't stand them. I'm not for this, or I can see how I can use them, but that's all I'm doing it. And ultimately you become friends with them by the end. I think it's probably going to turn into one of those. I kind of hope it doesn't, because that's such a, like, you know, standard storyline plot that, like, I feel like it would just be a lot more intriguing if it doesn't ever return that way. More of just what I was saying about letting the show have time to breathe. You very easily could have went to this scene where Aki's about to go talk to Makima, and you could have cut directly from that last conversation he was in into this. And instead you get like a 30-something second period where Aki walks into the building, goes into the elevator, goes across the hall, and then he goes to knock on the door, and then he pulls back because he has to make himself look good for when Makima sees him. It's fun, it's good, it gives you depth, it allows you to see he's very serious. I'm going right to work, I'm going right to her, and then last minute he's like, he's human too. Oh, gotta go see this pretty girl. Let me make sure I look good, you know? Talks about, basically gives his report to her on what happened. Makima brings up the fact that Aki, I guess, seems a bit different now. He seems a bit more flexible now. Basically, she credits Denji for that. Aki refuses to agree with that, but he does kind of seem like he is going to be getting easily influenced. And there's just this whole sequence of his entire morning routine, just beautifully done. Just looks so good. And then it's just Denji and Aki, and they're just living normally. Denji's kind of a mess, but, you know, it shows you he's somebody that can be contained. And then we get a big knock on the door. I actually just noticed this too, where you can see the hammer or whatever she made go through the door and she broke it open. I don't know why, I just thought that she like kicked it in or whatever at first, but that's cool. You can see that, and it's only there for half a second too. Then we get the arrival of Power. So Power is now going to be staying with them, as Makima wants to keep her close with her buddy and with Aki. And I'm guessing this also would just be a good reason for how she pointed out surveillance wasn't really kept well on them, and how they got away from the area that they were supposed to be in during their last outing. And this is more of a way for Aki to keep his eye on them and to make sure that they are both watched, so that they can't just go out on their own, kind of, because he's always going to be around them. And then we see the complete flip of what we just saw, how peaceful it was when Aki woke up, and how even though he complains about Denji and how when we first saw him move in, it was kind of rough for him, it's really not that bad anymore now, right? It's not too bad. It's nothing that he can't handle. And then we see Power come in, and she's the complete opposite, and everything is all over the place. She puts up a problem with everything, won't eat the vegetables, clogs the toilet, doesn't want to bathe, like any of it, which is basically making it a complete nightmare for him and Aki. Then Power goes on to say that she wasn't going to actually honor her agreement, but due to what happened and how she's still alive and she didn't get in trouble and he didn't sell her out, they got the cat back, how they were able to kill the bat, she'll give him 3 squeezes. And that's where they cut us off. Like I said during it, I think they're probably next episode gonna start us off with something similar to this, and then they're gonna cut us off again at the intro. I don't know why, I guarantee that's gonna happen. So now we got the band together, all 3 of them living together. We got the cat. Some new characters were slightly introduced, at least shown off. I actually do really just love the overall direction and the idea of just taking everything kind of slow. I don't know if that overall ruins the entire vibe of what the manga was, as like I said before, I had heard that it is very fast paced, so I don't know if that just ruins kind of what the original source material was going for. I don't know, I kind of like it because it really allows them to show off and make something that just is visually really stunning and adds kind of a lot more, I guess, conviction maybe, and it just feels like a really loved project overall. That's all from me. Subscribe and hit the like button. Follow me on my anime list and Twitter, both links are in the description, and I'll see you next week for the 5th episode. Peace.